Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the We're Going 5 podcast powered by TSH Tennis. We had an epic semifinal day here that we need to recap, and we have the best final we can probably come up with.
We got the one and number two. We got what we wanted.
Sinner versus Alcaraz for the first time ever on a Grand Slam stage. But before we talk about the final, we do need to talk about these two semifinals. First off, the last one that finished, so this is the fresh one in our minds. Novak Djokovic and Jannik Sinner. Haroon, your boy, took down Djokovic. You had him winning this match. Your thoughts?
I told you I had to hedge. It's unfortunate that I had to do so, but because I had the really an uncomfortable feeling that Sinner was gonna win. He's just too good. He was just playing amazing this whole tournament, and for some reason he always feels comfortable against Novak. Like against Djokovic, he's feeling great. He's not fearing the moment at all, especially on the important point. It's like he's playing on the practice courts, which is something like a big indicator that made me like, okay, I'm not so confident in picking Djokovic because Sinner is just so comfortable playing him. But Djokovic was playing amazing. It was really awesome. I honestly thought that if it weren't for Sinner or Alcaraz, I think Djokovic could be world number one. He could win this slam easy. He could take down anybody. He was playing amazing. Like, he was bringing out an insane level, a level that nobody thought he still had. Everybody thought it was over. We started to doubt a bit. Maybe is Djokovic gone? He's looking slow. He's struggling against some players. But it was insane. Like, when he needs to bring it, he brought it, and he brought it amazingly, and the crowd was behind him. So it was everything Djokovic was dreaming of, everything he wants. He's playing well. The crowd is behind him. He's feeling good. He's healthy. But just Sinner is too good. He's a machine. He's it's sad. It's sad, but yeah, I told you guys. I had Sinner in 4. It turned out Sinner in 3, but yeah. That's it's bittersweet for me, this match.
Smile, how about you?
Yeah, I agree with what Haroon's saying for the most part. Like, Sinner proved that he's really on a different level. Like, if there was any doubt, like, how insane is his level? Like, today, his level is insane. His level is insane. People are talking about, like, he's playing like a Novak Djokovic 2.0. It's hard to disagree with that, right? Because he's hitting so hard, side to side. And the fact that he's just so tight on the baseline and he's taking balls on the right and just whipping them, whichever side. And he's really driving Novak into the corners. Like, he's really making him cover so much ground. I feel like, yeah, Novak at 38, he's hard to keep up with this. Like, he can't keep up. He can't get some of those shots where he has to take the hand off and play like a slice backhand. Before, when he was a bit younger, he probably hits a two-hander, you know? And I think those are some of the things that are making a difference today. Sinner's level is incredible. His serve, I thought, today was a huge, huge weapon. He was doing such a great job in the big points. In the big points, he found the serve. He was serving really well into the Djokovic forehand, like the slice. And that's a staple Novak Djokovic serve. That slice forehand out wide on the deuce court, like into the forehand. He was doing that. Like, for me, the story is that Jannik Sinner's level is insane. He's awesome. He's so fit. He can slap the ball so hard just all day long. And Sinner, any ball that's within his strike zone, he is trying to end it. He is trying to go for winners. Like, he's not trying to stay in points. He doesn't want to rally. He's not interested in that. Although what Djokovic showed today, he has in him a very high level. For me, I am so impressed with him because he did not have a good level coming into this tournament at all. I think he reached...
He won Geneva.
It's kind of a shame. He won Geneva, Haroon, but I didn't think he showed like even close to his best level on clay to win Geneva.
No, not at all.
Like, he showed insane grit to beat Hurkacz in the final, but he didn't show a great level. I thought he found his best level today.
Yeah,
I also think
agree.
he found it in the second and maybe third set was where his best level was in the third set. Like, it was a little too late. Like, if he had primed earlier, he could have been in better shape.
Second set was great, though. Second set was great.
First
it was good.
Also
Second set was great.
Match, honestly.
It was, he played great. The second, third set, entire match. Maybe you can say that too. For me, I was really impressed with especially second and third.
No, first he was awesome.
He was making unforced errors, mistakes at really crucial times.
Unforced errors. For me, the other part of the story, guys, on the Djokovic side, and we'll talk more about this, but just one more thing, Yusuf, before I give the floor to you to talk about your boy. Djokovic missed out on his chances. Like usually we're used to Djokovic being the clutch guy.
Yeah.
And in the big moments, he's the one that capitalizes. Okay, Sinner showed some weakness. 5-4 serving for that second set. Djokovic put the pressure and he broke him back. He had the crowd with him. He had the momentum with him. He had everything going for him. Next game, 40-15 up. 40-15 up. Couple errors. And all of a sudden, the game is gone. All of a sudden, momentum goes back. He loses it. He loses the set 7-5. What's the story in the next set? He also had break points. He had 3 set points. Many of them, he got second serve looks. And then a couple forehand errors on those points. For me, that was the story of the match also. He missed his chances. There's the bright side that he had chances.
Yeah.
But then there's the other side, which is he missed them. And he used to not miss them. And today he missed them. So, yeah, a lot more to talk about. But Yusuf, what did you think?
You guys said everything. But what I can say here is all these, you can look at it from the angle of, yes, he missed his chances. But to me, it goes back to the fact that Jannik Sinner made him think one more shot. So many of those rallies, so many of those points.
Which is what Djokovic does himself. Like, that's him.
Exactly. When the point's
His
over,
younger self.
right? And then, exactly. And the point's over. The point should be over.
Yeah.
He was hitting the ball so cleanly, the forehands, the backhands. And, like, you're watching that ball going down the line. This is supposed to be over. Jannik Sinner just showed him that, like, I'm 23 years old. I am you. I am what you looked like to other people
steroids.
at that age.
Yeah.
This is exactly what you were doing. And then it led to the point where, okay, he has no margin for error, does he?
Yeah.
Jannik Sinner showed him that you have to be perfect against me. So my conclusion from Jannik Sinner's standpoint is this was a superstar type of win. Like, even you can see the celebration, by the way. That was the same celebration he gave when he won the U.S. Open. This is a straight sets win in the semifinal. He didn't win a Grand Slam.
Maybe that's trademark Jannik, though.
No, but also you can see how much this match meant to him. It was a 3 sets match, straight sets, but this was not the same vibe or energy of a 3 sets match.
So also in terms of time, it was 3 hours and a half of a brutally high-level tennis.
We were like, if Novak can push it past 4.
Just get it. Just get it to 4.
Jannik was showing that the fatigue was coming in. But
and when he was in pressure moments, he showed he breaks the first serve.
But I can't say, but like, yes, but at the same time, he bounces right back.
He bounces so well.
Right back. I was so impressed with Jannik today. And I'm sad because I picked Novak, and I'm sad because then he comes out and he says this might be my last match ever.
No,
but at the same time...
Yeah, and he was touching the ground on his way out. I never like to see those dramatic moments. I want none of that. You have the level. Stay. You have the level.
Yeah, of course. But what I am happy with is, though, Jannik Sinner is a superstar. Jannik Sinner is insane. Jannik Sinner has the wow factor, and I can't wait to watch more of him. This win right here could do damage going forward. We're going to get into our picks and what we think is going to happen in the final. But that's on Jannik Sinner. But to me, Novak, I have the utmost respect for this man at 38 years of age to do what he was doing. You could really say a few points here, a few points here. This is going the completely other direction. I loved what I saw from him. He was giving me wow factor, and he's so inspirational. He's such a joy to watch. And I do want to thank the French crowd because they showed him the love and respect and admiration that he deserved every single time he went on court. And the fact that they showed him it today and he felt it and he said so and he was appreciative of that moment, I would just like we have to be thankful to the French crowd because not like what we saw in Australia, which was disgusting.
Yeah.
The Paris crowd showed him the love and respect that he deserves. And I love that. If he's never coming back again, I don't want to even think of that. But if this was his farewell in his last match there, that was the perfect way to say goodbye.
No,
I don't
no,
know if
no,
it was perfect.
no,
It was good.
No,
It was not
no,
perfect in
They
my
cheered
opinion.
him the
They
entire
cheered him.
match.
Yeah,
They were pushing
because he's
him.
the underdog.
I could hear
They,
because
they
he
go
was
for
losing.
the underdog. They support the underdog because he was losing. Like they're the best crowd in tennis.
Respect him. It was respect him. They were respecting a man who's 38 years of age and giving them tennis that they haven't seen from someone at
They're
this age.
supporting the tennis and they're supporting they want longer match and they appreciate good tennis. The French crowd has always been appreciative of great tennis. And they're the most lively tennis crowd.
Lively. Good thing. Good choice of words there.
Yeah.
It's a good choice of words.
Another note about Djokovic, which is, for me, what was most impressive and what I loved about this match is, number one, how much Djokovic rises to the occasion.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't come in with any good level. Let's be honest. Like, against Zverev, sure, that was a great performance because he dominated. Even against Zverev, in my opinion, that was not anywhere near his best level.
No.
He was able to win that match with what I think was maybe 60 to 70% of his best level. And he just knows how to play Zverev. He did not come
he did
in
what
with
he
good
needed
tennis.
to do.
He did what he needed to do in Haroun. I agree with that. And so he did not have good tennis today against Sinner. And we didn't know. We're believing in this idea that Djokovic will find a way to compete and he won't get wiped out. That's not Djokovic. And he's going to find a way to win. And
Anyone else would have gotten bagelled and breadsticks
exactly
at that level of Jannik.
exactly. And also, so to go from that to put Jannik on the brinks, not on the brinks, but like to give him a really, really competitive match, the most competitive match of the tournament, which is bizarre because Sinner has not lost a set. So it's bizarre to say this was the most competitive match and he still won in straights. But he did have his chances in the second and third. But it was beautiful.
3 hours 15 though. Or something. Yeah.
3 hours plus. But guys, we talked about how Djokovic is a master tactician. And this is what it was. Because he was, all right, he's like, okay, I can't hit through him. I can't hit winners. So he was playing deep down the middle. And then deep into the corner. And then you saw him integrate forehand angles.
He was trying to hit through him too.
He tried a couple of times, but then when it wouldn't work, he would hang in longer rallies. All right, I'm going to put in some serve and volley. All right, he was coming up with super creative shots. There was that point, remember when it was a smash lob. He had the smash and he lobbed it over Jannik because Jannik was at the net. And he was just, the creativity today was magnificent. There were so many long rallies that were beautiful. You just can't hit through Sinner. And maybe he's going to go back and take some things away from this match if he comes back to the French Open. I do believe he will come back because he has the level. I think he just needs to prime himself better. I don't know what happened. I don't think that it was an issue with... I think he needed more better prep because his level today was outstanding.
That level today, like Haroun said, it beats anyone out other than Jannik Sinner.
Yeah, and it maybe could have beat him if he was maybe in the zone just a little bit earlier.
What you can say is, I think my conclusion is, for Jannik to win a Grand Slam, or for Jannik, I guess, to win Roland Garros, he probably needs someone to take out Carlos. And then Novak needs someone to take out Jannik. And then Carlos needs someone to take out Novak. That's like the dynamic that they have right now.
Spider-Man meme. That's
Yes, exactly. It's a Spider-Man meme.
And it's going to be all depend on now, since Carlos and Jannik are 1-2, it's going to be where does that Djokovic fall in the draw. So it's going to be...
Yeah, we're going to see what happens in Wimbledon.
But Djokovic has the level. He has the level. He showed a great level today. I think Haroun for me was the clutch points.
Yeah, I just want to say something because we kept on saying about he's 38 and how he's doing it at this age. What's even crazier is that if the match went longer, it was favoring Djokovic. So
amazing point. That's absolutely
which is crazy. So it's like you saw 6-4, 7-5, 7-6, 6-4, 7-5. So it's like
he needed one of those first two sets. He needed one of those.
If that third set went his way, then the dominoes were gonna start to roll, and then he's gonna start to unlock, and feel more comfortable. And Djokovic was the one that has the
drop shot started to work more. Like he had things that start to open up.
I truly believe that, Haroun. I absolutely agree with that. If he had just gotten one of those sets, just especially that third one, if he had taken set three, I was disappointed from his level in the tiebreak too.
If it doesn't exist. Huh?
Yeah, I didn't. I thought he played the tiebreak, the smash at love.
But we knew if it went to a tiebreak, Jannik,
we felt that Jannik had it.
You know,
like,
You guys,
speaking of
actually, Aya said that. Aya said that if this match goes to 3 or 4 sets, she favors Sinner. If it goes 5, she favors Djokovic. It's like she actually said that while we were watching the match, which is a funny comment there.
yeah, I guess fans are seeing that too, right? They see the fact that they feel that Djokovic had all the momentum.
Yeah.
There's one last thing I would like. We see Sinner as this superstar, this monster, this absolute beast. We have Novak Djokovic to thank for the Jannik Sinner that we have in front of us now. And a very nice story that Darren Cahill told today when they were warming up. He said how after Novak beat Jannik in Wimbledon, and he went up to him and he's saying, usually like veterans, when you ask them after the match, like, okay, feedback, it's very generic. But not Novak. He said Novak's different. Novak gave us detailed feedback on what to change with the serve, what to work on here, what to work on there. And he said, like, it's not like things. He gave him the secrets to beat him, but it's not. But what Darren was saying is like, what Novak did there, like, even though we might know it, but he was the one who told Jannik to his face these things. And it changed. And he said it meant so much to Jannik. So if we're actually going to go now and look at what Jannik became, we actually have Novak to thank for. Because as he said, where he's open and he's there for anyone, for the younger generation, this is proof. Darren Cahill just said it today, that he did this for Jannik. And now look at what we have. We have a Jannik Sinner who is basically Novak Djokovic 2.0.
That's also not even the first time Djokovic did that for Jannik. Although Djokovic is doing that for all the young players, as they spoke out about that recently. But that's not even the first time he did it for Jannik. Because if you remember, Jannik played him in Rome for the first time in 2020. And Djokovic beat him pretty convincingly. It was 6-4, 6-2, I believe. And his then coach at the time, which was pre-Darren Cahill, also asked Djokovic for tips after that match. And Djokovic gave him detailed feedback on what to improve then. So I don't know if it was Riccardo Piatti at the time or who was the pre-Darren Cahill coach when then Sinner after Australian Open 2021, and he completely revamped his team. But Djokovic has been doing this for Jannik. So this is, maybe Jannik asked for too much advice. I'm not happy Jannik is so eager to improve. Enough. We want more Djokovic. Djokovic, we want him to stay alive, and we want to give him.
Whenever Novak decides to say goodbye, he lives through Jannik, and I absolutely love this from Novak.
He lives through all the players. I think he lives through all the young players.
Yeah.
Zverev, how much he gave him advice.
But like
he lives
Jannik is going to be. Jannik is
Jannik is the most
1A.
Closely modeled after. Yeah, I agree.
I'm talking about
Djokovic.
tier 1A, the superstar. So, yeah, that's just awesome.
Awesome. He's
side
Djokovic
Novak
on
story.
steroids. He's younger Djokovic on steroids.
Another note about Jannik, though, is just his serve has been awesome. Like, I think...
I can't say that. I can't say that.
Okay, you can
say that.
You can say the percentage. You didn't like the percentage today.
Through 2 sets, it
was
was at 45%.
Other
Through
than
2 sets.
ignoring the percentage.
The awesome thing is he's able to win so many points off hitting second serves.
Okay, great. That's today. And in general, my point is about his serve. His serve, first, second, whatever you want to call it, has become an absolute weapon. It's not supposed to be this big of a weapon on clay, yet it is. And on the big points, he knows how to play it. He knows how to use the variation out wide, down the tee, into the body. He gets a lot of cheap points with the serve. That streak of the 45 straight holds against the greatest returner to ever hold a tennis racket. That shows you how great his serve is. I think this is one of the huge improvements that allow him to now dominate. 8 consecutive finals we've now seen for Jannik Sinner. Yeah. I think a big part of that is the serve. And he's incredibly. There's no weaknesses in the game right now. There are no weaknesses I can see in the game.
To add to your point, Smile, I think if when it's all said and done, I think even now, I think Sinner's serve might be top 5, top 10 all time. Like it's really effective. Obviously, it's not the biggest like Kyrgios, Isner, Karlovic, those type of guys, but it's like Federer, Djokovic, the one that's precise, that's effective, that wins points, and that's what you want. You don't just want power. You want something that will help you win points, and it's underrated. Really, he has it in his bag to get cheap points, like you're saying, Smite, all the time. And me watching, like, oh my God, Sinner's serve. Oh, this is so hard. Like, it's so hard to break him. Like, it's. I don't feel the same thing when I watch, for example, any of these other big servers, which speaks about its effectiveness. So
Yeah,
Fully agree.
I'm so impressed with that with the serve. Maybe I wouldn't say top 5 all time yet, but it's something that's improved.
I think it's gonna be.
I think it will improve. I think it will improve more. And he's a big dude, so he can get also angles that, for example, Carlitos can't get on the regular.
If you're not able to get broken by the greatest returner ever for 45 consecutive games, what in the world did you think that is? Like, that's a streak that nobody else can touch. If Novak breaks everybody else's serve, all of the big servers when they all retired talked about it's so hard to serve against Novak because he stands in a super position that makes you second guess, makes you feel the pressure, make you not hit your great serves all the time. Kyrgios has an amazing serve. Everybody would take a Kyrgios serve, and he was struggling against Novak and talking about how hard it was. So it's like, and Sinner that comes in, it's so easy. He doesn't feel the pressure at all, and he still finds a way. And even like, it's not, this is older Novak. This is, he's 38, but he's still looking great. So it says a lot about his serve, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's looking awesome. It's looking awesome. Yeah. They're going to be a big weapon moving forward. Well, guys, on the other side, we also had another epic semifinal, I would say, between Carlitos Alcaraz and Lorenzo Musetti. Haroon, what were your thoughts about this match?
Well, it started off, it could have been an epic one. We did not expect...
We thought it was on its way. Yeah. We thought it was on its way.
It looked like it was going to be an epic fiver. It was going to go toe-to-toe, a dogfight, absolute dogfight. Musetti was just with a chip on his shoulder after he got that question in the press conference. Was like, oh, how do you feel facing Alcaraz? Maybe he's going in. Everybody thinks Alcaraz is an automatic win. He's going in angry. He wants to beat Alcaraz. He took the first set. And then that was a second very, very, very crucial battle where Alcaraz took the second set. And then Musetti got injured, but it could have been an amazing battle. But yeah, Alcaraz just he looked flustered, I guess, in the beginning. Musetti was coming out swinging, coming out confident and looking great. And then I guess he lost steam. Maybe he started to feel the injury, started to feel the pressure. But it was a great match. Alcaraz delivered in the end, as always, and he found a way to win, which is classic Alcaraz. And he set himself up for an amazing final now. So hats off to him. And Musetti, great tournament for him. A lot to be proud of. And hopefully it's not a big injury because we need him for grass.
Yeah, sad to see the injury, Yusuf. But yeah, well, Yusuf, what did you think about that match?
Yeah, no, I think it was a smart decision, first of all, for him to retire from the match. He has Queens to defend, and then he has Wimbledon to defend the semifinal. Pushing yourself, and there's no way.
Really, are those 4 games the ones that are going to decide if he can or can't defend Queens?
One movement could ruin for him potentially so many points. Unless you want him to just walk, fine. But I understand. If it's something in the groin, any wrong move, even if he slips, it ruins for him. And the quick turnaround he has to go to Queens to defend. And then that's even if he goes now with his injury. And then you add on to it Wimbledon, he has a semifinal to defend. So
I guess I'm old school. I love it when I prefer it when players fall on their sword.
What if he falls on his
sword?
He
usually falls on his sword though. Like
just
last time.
What if you just don't move?
He did it. He did it in Monte Carlo.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Sure. Fine. Maybe you want that,
just
but
don't move. Just
do you want Musetti in Wimbledon?
Of course I do.
But what if you're in his place, we don't know exactly how bad the injury is.
1,500 matches, no retirements ever. I like that. I'm old school like that.
It's very nice, but you have no idea what injury he has to say push through.
I don't know what injuries Federer had either, but he pushed through.
But what do you think of his performance, though?
Sure. But that's the thing. Regarding his performance, I would say he showed that he can hang with the best of the best. And for 2 sets, he was right there with Carlos Alcaraz. And he himself said that he could, this is the best he's ever played Alcaraz. But it's clear that he is a tier 2 guy right now. He's cemented himself in tier 2. The next thing is, can you show it against the tier 1 guys, which are, I'm guessing they are Alcaraz, Djokovic, Sinner? Can you keep up with them for 5 sets?
I wouldn't be too sure in considering him tier 2 though, because Alcaraz has been crushing. He's been giving everybody food. Also, he's been giving people food, and then he came out guns blazing and he took that first set. So yeah, I think he started to make a case. Maybe he could be tier 1, and he could
How
have
is he
showed
tier
that
one?
if he wasn't injured though.
This is his 5th consecutive loss. Like you're making me now bash my own guy. Like this is his 5th consecutive loss to Alcaraz. So he has to win one at least to say he's tier one. Tier one, it's clear. It's those 3 guys: Sinner, Alcaraz, Djokovic. No one else. And then you're not
putting Zverev, Sasha in there.
I don't think Sasha's tier one. Tier one is the guys who have slams. So that's tier one. And then you have tier 2 is the right guys behind. I think he's cemented himself up there with the Sashas. I think he's up there. He's with the Sashas. I guess you could put Draper in there now. But that's the endurance now. He needs to improve that. That's something that we need to see from, which is something I think we're going to see. He's saying he's developing, he's growing, and that's the next step. Amazing tournament, as you said, for him. Carlitos, he wasn't the best, right? For those first 2 sets, we saw some things, especially after what we saw against Tommy Paul. But is there anyone more clutch than him? He finds a way to rise up to the occasion when it matters most. In that second set tiebreak, if he loses that, who knows what happens. But he rises up to the occasion, and he is who he is. He's a superstar. And when it comes to best of 5 set matches, I do not know who is up there with him. He can, if you want to go the distance, he's ready to go the distance. We talked about Jannik, how he struggles when it goes past 4 sets. There's nobody other than Novak that's ready to go 5 sets and go toe-to-toe with him. So he has proven that he is the king of going the distance. And that was proof today that once it went further, then okay. And even Musetti said, like, I need to hang physically with him right now. He's in a tier of his own. Sinner's also in a tier of his own. But Alcaraz showed me he was clutch. He showed me he has the endurance. And going into the final, he's actually well-rested.
Yeah, well, I think about Musetti. First, I think I loved how he played Alcaraz today. I actually, that first set, he was playing within himself. He was so calm and composed. Like, I felt like Tommy Paul, yes, he was injured, but he was also maybe trying to play beyond his abilities. Like, he's trying to go for a bit more too early. He was coming in maybe on chances when he wasn't supposed to come in, but he wants to do something different. Lorenzo didn't do that. Lorenzo was playing calm. He faced break points. He handled them. And in the clutch moments in that first set, he actually was the better player, and he took it 6-4. He stole it. And I love that. And I thought he was playing really well today. And I thought, like, this is his chance to cement himself in that tier 1. I thought he played him really well. Yeah. I do think it was the best time he played him. I didn't think he played him better than this today. So
that's what he said.
And that's a reflection of his improvement, his maturity. Carlitos, what you can say, I don't think anyone expected him to play that same level against Tommy Paul, right? That was an unreal level.
I expect.
No, I told you you're not going to see it.
It's hard. It was such a high level. It was going to come down. Yeah. So it came down. But yeah, Yusuf, he's the most clutch guy.
But he gave Musetti food, though. He gave him food.
He did give him food. Like, that was the third set then. He came out and dominated. How much is the injury factoring into that one?
How can you go from a 1 set all the barely winning a 7-6 to 6-love?
No, that happens all the time in tennis. It happens all the time in tennis.
You watched the match, he was hampered. He wasn't moving.
Yeah, he was hampered, but I'm saying it happens in tennis. We've seen bagels come in the middle.
Yeah,
but Sinner and
you
Tommy
can't
Paul
give him
match.
credit for he didn't give a healthy Lorenzo Musetti 6-love.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's the argument to be made in favor of Musetti. On the other side, Alcaraz, what he saw, he took care of business, whoever was on the other side, and he gave him the bagel. But yeah, the level wasn't the same level against Tommy Paul. It was, though, a very good level. It was a good way to get business taken care of in as shortest time possible. The forehand was still pretty much clicking when it needed to the most. He's moving amazing. The variety is there. He mixed up everything you want to see from him. And now it's time for another masterpiece, right? It's his showtime. And I agree. He is Mr. Clutch right now. He is the most clutch player on tour. He's the most clutch player in tennis. There is no one you want to have better in a final set, whether best of 3 or best of 5, maybe more than Djokovic in the past year and a half. And so it's well-deserved, his spot in the final. It's absolutely well-deserved. So much to look forward to.
Yeah. Guys, now, this is insane. This is an amazing final, okay? We have Sinner and Alcaraz are both peaking at the exact time you want it to happen. There are no doubts about their level. They're both looking amazing. They're both feeding everybody, giving everybody food, and they're crushing. And now it's like, okay, a rematch again from that final in Rome. Who's better? So I want to ask you guys your thoughts on this Alcaraz Sinner epic final, first time in a Grand Slam. Yusuf, what are your thoughts about this?
Both guys are looking amazing, as you said, and to break, like, how can you look at this? How can you feel it's a toss-up, right, with what we're seeing from both guys?
Well, you know that the head-to-head favors 100% Alcaraz.
The head-to-head favors Alcaraz. That's 100% true. That's 100% true. But what I feel, for some reason, I feel like what happened today with Novak, Jannik unlocked something. He unlocked something deeper. That clutch gene. We've seen it against everyone except Carlitos. Are we going to see it?
But I feel like Sinner had that for the past year and a half or so.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I feel like I just felt something different about Jannik today when he closed out that match.
I guess
and Alcaraz is, if you're looking at, actually Sinner has looked better than Alcaraz, but both of them are going in fresh, more or less. Like Sinner, it was a 3 sets and it went over 3 hours, but I could say like everything straight sets, so he's fresh. They're both fresh. It's oh my God.
In Rome, though, you could have said the same. You could have said that Sinner was looking better than Alcaraz.
Sinner was coming into his first tournament off the suspension.
But like during the tournament, didn't Sinner look better?
Maybe, and I picked Carlitos to win because of what we've seen from Carlitos. Yeah, but at the moment I am conflicted. I know we have to make our picks in a bit, but I don't know which way this is going to go, but I do know this is going to be epic. The fact that we're going to have Sinner going for his 3rd consecutive Grand Slam title, and we have Carlitos, who has never lost in a Grand Slam final.
Well, neither has Sinner. They have both never lost in a Grand Slam final.
Yeah.
So something is going to have to give on Sunday.
True, I forgot.
Something is going to have to give.
Someone's
One of them is going to get an L in that last column.
Well, gives.
Yeah, but hyped about this. I don't know what you guys think. What do you think, Smail?
What do you think, Smail?
I think this is going to be an awesome match. If you guys remember last year when they played, there was an epic 5-setter.
It wasn't epic.
No,
it wasn't epic.
Okay, so the
it
level...
was 5 sets.
No, it was great.
The level wasn't the greatest level. It wasn't their best level, but it was still an epic 5-setter.
Wasn't US Open 2020.
No, but it was still epic in terms of the drama and the back and forth, and there were clutch moments, and that there were missed
when this
chances.
one dipped, the other one went up, and then when this one dipped, like I felt like they weren't both peaking at the same time.
Okay, they didn't peak at the same time, maybe, but it's still an epic 5-setter because they still had to prove they had to come back. One had to show it. One had to come up clutch. Like it was still a very enjoyable match. But compared to the US Open, maybe less. But it was a great match. I think both of them look very different than actually last year. So I think Sinner's serve is much better. I think Sinner is actually hitting the ball cleaner. It's weird to say, but I think he's hitting the ball cleaner, especially off both wings. I think Sinner his second serve is looking more lethal. I think both of them are coming in with max confidence. But it's going to be about, can Sinner get over his Alcaraz problem? I think Sinner has a mental issue when it comes to playing Alcaraz. There are definitely doubts that he has. He's going to have to deal with them. We saw in every single match he has against Alcaraz, you feel like there are chances he misses and then Alcaraz is able to elevate his game more. So there's a big mental component. About tactically, it's going to be about, can Alcaraz get Sinner pushed back? Can he get him moving more than he wants to? He doesn't want Sinner just sitting up there, whacking forehands and backhands left and right. Alcaraz, he's going to come into the net more than every other player that Sinner has faced so far. He's going to make Sinner come to the net also more. He's going to use the drop shot more than anyone else before him. So it's going to be an epic tactical. It's going to be an epic tactical match. It's going to be an epic mental battle.
It's really epic, huh?
It's going to be awesome. Yes, because all those factors are coming into play. History is on the line. I can't wait to see it. I think both of them have been on a road. They know that they're on a crash course to face each other. Yeah. So they were planning this all along. And they both wanted to conserve energy in these past couple matches.
Don't discount Novak. They did not know he was Novak.
I think Sinner expects himself to be in the final. I 100% believe that. And even with Novak in his path, and did you feel that Sinner did not believe he was going to win this match?
It's not about belief. It's like, okay, there's someone there.
No, I think they respect their opponents, but I think Sinner expects to win every match now. Like, He knows he's been in every fight. Was it 8 consecutive finals? He expects to be in the final, and I think Alcaraz is the same.
I think if you get over facing Novak in Australian Open, then like what tougher task than that exists when you play Novak. So that's his town, and you beat him in his town in front of his home crowd.
It's true. That's such a nice point, right, Harun? Because like Sinner beat Djokovic in Australia, which is arguably his throne, and then Alcaraz beat Djokovic in Wimbledon, which is also his second throne. So. And now, well, Sinner has beaten him in the Roland Garros, which was probably his 3rd throne, or 4th throne out without Rafa there. So it's going to be awesome, Harun. It's going to be awesome. What are your thoughts about this one?
Yeah, there's an important point that I would like to mention here, which is I think is going to be tricky because, although Alcaraz has the advantage in the head-to-head and he's more comfortable there and he has the confidence, but I think it gets harder then to prepare for matches like when you're winning, because then like, what do I do? Do I do the same thing? Do I do something different? But when you're the loser, you need to change things. You know what didn't work with you, and you know that you had weaknesses there, and you need to fix them. But then then Alcaraz on the other side doesn't know, is he gonna fix them? Is he gonna play the same? What is he gonna do? So it's like, okay, so that causes some confusion, which I feel like slightly the preparation is advantage to Jannik. And I think he's going to come in with more preparation, with more energy. I don't think he's mentally afraid of Alcaraz, but I think he's just like, okay, we need solutions. So he's going to study really well. And it's going to be easier to study and prepare for Alcaraz because than Alcaraz is for Sinner. Although he obviously saw him and he saw what he's doing really well, but you don't know. I think Jannik is going to come up with a lot of tricks on variability, some things we didn't see before. Maybe some more serve and volley, which I do expect is going to happen probably. I think he's going to have to come up with something new. To beat Alcaraz, you have to be... He gives you magic, you have to give him magic. He's already showed that you can't just hit through him. He has the power, he has the athleticism to deal with it. So it's going to be interesting to see. And I think in clay, I think it's going to be a more interesting... And I don't think it's going to be like last year. I think it's going to be very different, though.
I mean, that's a good point. I don't think Sinner is afraid of Alcaraz. I agree with that. I don't think he's afraid of Alcaraz. I just think that in the big points, I think we expect Alcaraz. I think maybe he has some slight edge to Alcaraz. But, these top guys, they have a way of framing, their rivalries. Like, Djokovic coming into this match, we know he's lost 4 in a row to Jannik. But he didn't say Jannik's been dominating me. He said, we played each other like a couple of times recently. We played each other many times on hard courts recently, right in a row, and he was the better player. It was when I looked, it's been like a year and a half you haven't beaten him, and they weren't right next to each other. They weren't so close. Shanghai was in October and Davis Cup was in the end of the year before.
I guess in his mind, that's the only thing that matters. The timeline is short.
He framed it we played each other on hard court a couple times. They weren't that close, but he framed it that way, and he had no doubts and fears. I think Sinner probably has something similar. He's going to probably say we only played, last time we played each other was a close 5-setter in Roland Garros, so it could have gone either way, and now we're going in, and let's see what happens. I don't know. I don't even think he'll put any weight on those other surfaces or on that recent Rome match. He'll be because he was saying Rome, it was just, we went in, it was just a good tournament for me, I was getting back, So I think he's going to frame it. He probably tells himself, he's going to frame his coaches and team. He's probably telling him, last year you played 5. It was just a couple of margins, though. But the question is, okay, if you are Sinner, though, what do you change? If you want to beat Alcaraz, what do you do? Is there any clear thing to change?
Yeah. I would be his coach if I knew, right?
I don't know if what's clear.
But I think more serve and volley. I think he's gonna have to do something crazy like Alcaraz does. While they're both crushing the ball from the baseline, let's go approach the net. Let's go to the net now, just for no reason. Just net now. Just something like that.
Just shock him sometimes. Just give him a different look. Just put some pressure. Force him to do some magic when he doesn't want to. Maybe. And
see, the conditions are going to make a difference because remember I told you guys in the Sasha match when Djokovic was playing with more drop shots, he wanted to use it. It was preparation for the Sinner match. And by the way, that was going to come to fruition because he did start off with lots of drop shots. but the wind was a big factor, and he couldn't feel the ball as cleanly as he would like to, and he was missing them so badly because the wind was pushing this side, pushing towards him on this side, then against him on the other side. So conditions are going to play a factor when it comes to these drop shots, unless they close the roof. I don't like that's going to be a factor.
Of course,
Is the roof going to be closed or open? That's going to be a big factor.
That's a good point. I think Alcaraz probably wants the roof open.
Yeah, I think.
And
I
Sinner
think
maybe wants it closed. So I favor Alcaraz when you have those variable conditions. I think a little bit more.
Yeah.
Indoor king.
But it is it's not it's not even. I think it's 50-50.
I don't know if it's 50. I think it favors Alcaraz. It favors Alcaraz.
Yeah, I think it favors Alcaraz.
What favors Alcaraz?
General, the whole situation.
Maybe let's
What's 50-50? Just the conditions or
No, I feel like going into this it's so hard to pick.
Of course, it's hard to pick, but Alcaraz just won 4 times in a row, and he also and he beat him here last year, and he beat him in Rome. Wouldn't you say he's favored?
Yeah, he is favored for sure. He is favored.
Yusuf doesn't think he's favored.
He's the defending champion.
Well,
He just beat the number one player. He's
like
undefeated against him in the last year. He has.
I just feel like I saw something today that changes lots of things for me.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it. That doesn't make Jannik favored.
Alcaraz. I picked Alcaraz in straights. Yeah, but to each his own. We'll make our picks and find out.
To each his own.
I guess it's time, guys. The moment of truth has arrived. We've talked about it all. We broke it all down. We're here. We're at the moment of glory. It's time to make your picks, guys.
Ultimate showdown.
Roland Garros final. Carlitos Alcaraz versus Jannik Sinner. World number 1 versus world number 2. This is what we wanted. Yusuf, it's time to make your pick. Who do you got?
I was thinking throughout the entire episode, am I going to go this way or this one? I'm leaning Carlitos. I'm leaning Jannik. I'm leaning Carlitos. I've made my pick, and I am going with Jannik Sinner to win Roland Garros.
Wow.
And by the way,
after all that,
yes, I kept trying to tell you guys, I saw something click today in that Novak Djokovic match. And Jannik Sinner is going to take down the defending champ to win his 3rd consecutive Grand Slam title and first Roland Garros title. In how many sets? 4 sets.
Wow, it's not even going to be that close according to Yusuf Haroun.
Wow.
What do you think?
Magic versus machine. Who do you choose, Magic or machine? Who's gonna be the? I'm a very loyal person. I don't like to jump ship. After I made my decision, made my pick, I stuck with Jannik from the beginning. I stuck with him when he played Djokovic, who was the ultimate task, who was the ultimate GOAT, the ultimate MVP. Although I love Alcaraz, he's an amazing player, so fun to watch. Just the creativity is out of this world. But I have to go with Jannik. I believe in Jannik.
Why are you just bashing me for taking Jannik?
No, Jannik was my pick to win the title, and I'm sticking with him. I stuck with him against Djokovic. I'm sticking with him against Alcaraz. I'm not abandoning ship. I am a loyal person. I'm a loyal fan. Jannik Sinner is going to win this. And how many? That's the tough one. I think it's in 4. I agree, Yusuf. I agree. I think it's in 4.
You guys are together on this one.
I think it's in 4. I think Jannik wants to do it not a sprint. He loves a sprint, and I think he's just going to try to steal it from Alcaraz. Alcaraz, he's going to need to get 1, so he can maybe calm down a bit. But 5, I think it's going to be tough. So I'm going for 4. Jannik, Smaid, what do you think?
Well, I love that you guys are doubting my boy Carlitos Alcaraz. You know I picked him from the beginning. Yes. He is the new king of clay. I don't know what you guys are not seeing. No one has ever made it to the final of all the tournaments he's made to on clay. Rome, Monte Carlo.
No one? What's that mean?
Other than Rafa. And now Roland Garros. Nobody has done that since Rafa. He's in Rafa territory.
He is.
He's officially the new king of clay. He has not lost to Jannik in forever. It's been 4 times in a row now. He just dominated
6
him.
King Slam.
He just dominated them when they went to Rome. He's been the man. He's the most clutch player in the game. I love it that you're doubting him. He beat him last time.
Not doubting him, just picking somebody.
He beat him last time in Roland Garros when it wasn't even his best level. Yes, 100% in the most clutch moments in this final. Give me Carlitos Alcaraz, baby, all day, all night. Carlos Alcaraz in 5. Absolute bloodbath. It's going to be magnificent. But then Carlitos is going to come through, as he always does. He is the man. He's the one with the cojones. Of course, Carlitos. let me take Carlitos all day, baby.
You said the same thing in
We're
the
gonna-
Sasha match, the same thing in the Jannik. It's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, well, unfortunately it hasn't gone 5, but this one, I think it will go 5. Guess what, Carlitos, we're all going to praise him on Sunday when he lifts the trophy, baby.
You know what? Jannik Sinner's going to take revenge for his boy Musetti. Because he was absolutely going to beat Alcaraz.
Well, I would love to see that. It would be a great storyline. I just don't see it. I just don't see it at all.
Andiamo, Jannik.
Let's see. Let's see how it goes, guys. Well, that wraps it up. Guys, let us know what you think about our takes and our predictions in the comments. And also check out our recent interview with Christoph Vliegen. He had awesome insights about playing against the big 3 Grand Slams. Rafa at the French Open. You're going to love it. It's hilarious. See you after the final for a recap here as well.
Have a good night. Good night. Good night. Very good night.